For those who are new to Buddhism, you have seen and heard lots of different Buddhist concepts, beliefs, and teachings that you might not necessarily understand or agree with or be able to prove. This is everything from rebirth, karma, dependent origination, maybe even cosmological things, for example, celestial Buddhas or Bodhisattvas, or even the Buddha himself with his miraculous birth and supernatural powers. And you may be going, is any of this really necessary for Buddhism? If we didn't have this in Buddhism, everything that remains is true Buddhism or real Buddhism. Well, what you're seeing in Buddhism is not just traditional Buddhism, it is Buddhism. All these different beliefs and teachings and concepts are Buddhism, and you can trace them back to the sutras and suttas. And there can be a lot of intellectual debate you might have going, well, I don't know if that was added later on, or I don't know what has really been said, so I'm going to piece out parts of Buddhism that I agree with, or maybe that I can prove, and that is what I'm going to use. Because maybe you have a particular agenda or idea or mission that you have. For example, well, I just want to feel happier, or I want to achieve some higher mental states. But when we look at Buddhism as a religion, we're looking at what the Buddha is trying to tell us to do. We're trying to escape this forced samsaric experience, these realms of rebirth, this constant forced rebirth. And this is all due to our karmic actions and our belief in a permanent, unchanging, independent self. And we got all these different concepts that lead into, we need to stop this forced rebirth. We need to rediscover our true natural self, nirvana. And so when you start stripping away things, well, it doesn't really kind of add up in Buddhism. We're not seeing really what Buddhism is all about. It may now just be for you and what you believe. Now, let me go to the heart of the matter. I've said that, and what should you do? It's okay to go into Buddhism and not, say, believe in all of these things. But what you have to do is respect it. And so respect is part of the religion, and respect that, you know what, I don't believe in it right now, maybe because I don't understand it, or I don't have experiences that can help me understand that. And that would be a healthy way to go in. So you're going in, and you're going to have Buddhists around the world, 500 million Buddhists around the world. They grew up in this. They've had a lot more experiences than you have. And they may not fully understand everything either, but they are going into Buddhism, like I talked about in my prior video, with faith. We have faith in the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. So our teacher, his liberating teachings, and the monastic community that's helping us reach that goal in Buddhism, which is enlightenment, so we can become enlightened, awaken, realize our true natural state of nirvana, because we want to end this forced samsaric experience, this rebirth that we're having. So going into Buddhism, you can absolutely do that not having to believe in all these different things. But you want to also do a little bit of reflection here, is because you're not believing in it because, well, I come from another religion and I didn't like how they said I had to believe in these things, so I don't want to go into another religion where I have to believe in it. Or, I want to scientifically prove things, and therefore, if I can't scientifically prove it, I'm not going to believe in it. We've seen in Buddhism, yes, you can scientifically prove different things in Buddhism, but that wasn't the Buddha's goal. The Buddha wasn't there as a scientist. He wasn't there to go, here, I'm going to show you things that 2,600 years later on, with maybe these powerful telescopes, you can prove things about the cosmos, or things about human nature, and all these different things. That wasn't his goal. His goal was to help liberate us from samsara, from this forced cycle of rebirth, from our karmic actions that we're creating. He wanted us to become awakened to the truth so we could do all that. Now, of course, some things in Buddhism you can prove scientifically, and that attracts a lot of Westerners. They want to go, hey, look, Buddhism is a scientific religion. Again, that wasn't the Buddha's goal. And even saw where the Buddha would not answer certain questions that maybe we today would go, well, maybe he had the answer for that. Why didn't he do that? Why couldn't he explain this and that? If it didn't go to the end goal of the teachings, it wasn't really that important for him to really go down these rabbit holes, these different paths, right? So coming into Buddhism, it's okay to not have to believe in everything right away. Allow yourself to be open to the teachings, respectful to the teachings and concepts, and hear what's going on. And most importantly, practice, engage, getting to a temple if you have one nearby, engaging, practicing. This is really the key. The more you practice, the more some things that you may have went, I don't believe in that, you go, I think I do believe in this now, or I do see how this can be relatable to the practice, maybe at that level. So coming into the religion, don't go, that's cultural, oh, that's just traditional Buddhism, or I don't believe in that. Keep that to yourself. Come in there into a respectful manner, because the 500 million Buddhists around the world, they may not fully understand everything, but they understand these are the teachings of the Buddha, and Bodhisattvas and other Buddhas. And then be open to the teachings, be open to the practice, and allow that to become the focus of you in Buddhism. Be okay telling yourself, your mind, remember our mind wants to lead us down all different directions, going, I don't understand all this, but I am open to understanding it. I may or may not understand it in this lifetime. That's okay as well. You don't have to prove everything in this lifetime. You don't have to scientifically prove things. You just got to practice. So if you're an observer of Buddhism, you're not a Buddhist yet, okay, this might be theoretical, maybe educational to you, and so it doesn't really matter either way. But when you become a Buddhist, for example, you take the triple gem, you're going, there's something about Buddhism that I do believe in, that I do want to be part of religion. I have faith in this triple gem. I don't fully understand everything. The 500 million Buddhists around the world, they don't fully understand everything about the Dharma. It takes lots of practice, lots of study, lots of engagement on their part, and listening to Dharma talks from monastics. And so this is a constant process, as I've used in many, many different videos and explanations. It's just like looking through a very dirty window. We're taking a long time to clean that window, but it's constant cleaning of that window, our mind, that we're trying to get to. So to sum it all up, you don't have to believe in everything right away inside Buddhism. Just go, I don't understand that. I don't really understand how that is or is not important to me in Buddhism yet, but I'm not going to be disrespectful to it. I'm going to just be open to it. I'm going to understand this is part of the religion. I'm going to practice, and that's okay. And I think that's a good thing to say to yourself. It's okay that I don't believe, or I do believe, or I understand, or I don't understand. That's okay. I just need to practice. I need to be engaged. I need to listen to Dharma talks from monastics and allow myself to develop. And it's okay if I maybe do understand it, or it's okay maybe if I never understand it in this lifetime. I know my focus of my practice is practice in Buddhism. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thank you.